Yeah, hi. Good morning to everyone. So let's start our session now. Okay. So as part of our yesterday session, we started understanding about this and super keywords in Java language. I mean, why Java language provided this and super keywords, at what scenarios we are using this and super keywords. We started understanding about both the keywords. So first we had a overview about difference between this and super keyword. So especially when we have to use super keyword also, I explained yesterday. So generally the super keyword we have to use always from the child class. Simple rule you can remember. When you are using a class content within the class, see it's a blind, I mean it's a kind of what? A kind of shortcut rule also you can remember. If you are using a content within the class, then you have to use this keyword. I mean, if you are using a variable instance variable into a constructor or in a other method level in the within the same class, then you will use only this keyword. This represent current. So super keyword is all about when you are using is from the child class to represent super class content, you will use super keyword. So that means to use super keyword you need always a inheritance relationship. And then from the child class, the moment you mentioned as super keyword is nothing but you're calling the super class content. So you are using super class content or you are referring the super class content. So it will be used always from the child class level. It will be used always from the child class level. So that is how you can remember the points. Okay. So these are all details we saw yesterday. Like I shown you yesterday, when you are having same method names in between child and parent class, and whenever in the child class level, if you are calling the same overridden method, by default it will take always child class 1. But the moment I want parent class 1, I want to call only parent class 1. So I don't want to create object for the A class again. So in this case, what is the point here? It is M1 method available in the A and B. A and B both are in the inheritance relation. So the moment I am calling M1 method, what will happen? Generally, it will always called subclass 1, child class 1. Because JVM always checks in the current class M1 available or not. If available, it will execute from the current class only. The moment I am calling M1. But I want to call A class M1 method. So there are two options again. One is creating object for the A class and then calling object name dot M1 method. That is one way. Second way is by using super keyword. So super is also nothing but a reference. Super representing always superclass reference. So it's nothing but superclass object only. So instead of we are creating again object like a equal to new and a like we are creating object and then we are calling a dot m1 method from the b class point of view. I'm telling you. So the moment when you are calling like in this area. So you can do this one. But instead of this, what Java is saying is when you are having parent relationship, only inheritance relationship point of view, from the B instead of creating object of A, you can use super keyword. So we can use super keyword. So that means the moment whatever you use the super keyword here, it's nothing but this one only. But when you are using this from the B class point of view. So from the B class point of view, the moment you are using super keyword is nothing but super is representing its parent class reference only. So that's why Java simplified the things like Java is avoiding creating an object for the parent class from the child class when you want to call some content from the parent class. Especially when you are having same variable names, same method names in between child and parent classes. Then super keyword will differentiate the content is calling from the super class like that. So super keyword represents always super class. That nothing but child parent class. So this is how you have to remember all the difference between this and super keyword. So that is the way mostly people will use super keyword. Super keyword is very straightforward. It's all about calling content of super class, whether it is a method, whether it is a variable, whether it is a constructor, whatever it is. We will see one example, everything one by one. After that, we started discussing more about this keyword as an individual keyword, this keyword. So this is always representing current class object. So current class means wherever the class you are, whatever the class you are creating, and wherever you are within the class point of view, I can say like simply within the class. So here the moment I use this keyword means the order id variable belongs to the same class. It's not like some other class. So this means current class, current object. So that's what this keyword represents yesterday. So yesterday told you, right? The moment you are having multiple object of a class, but this keyword represents always only one. This is a reference, current class. It is always pointed to the current class instance, current instance. Nothing but the moment where JVM is working, where JVM is standing, where JVM is working. I mean, the moment, I mean, JVM working on which order object out of all objects, out of many objects, that object being pointed to this keyword always. So JVM working on the order 3 object at the moment, then this keyword pointed to order 3. If JVM is working with the order 2 object, then this keyword pointed to order 2. Similarly, if it is order 1 like that. So that means that this is a reference being pointed to an object where currently JVM is working, where currently JVM is referring. So manually we are calling as order 1, order 2, order 3, but internally we JVM is always takes this keyword. For example, JVM, you written a line. Now, for example, in your program, you written whatever it is, something like order 1 dot something, calling some other things, order 2 dot something, order 1 dot something like that. You written number of lines, line 1, line 2, line 3, something like that. Then what's happening in this case is that this keyword, in this case this keyword goes to the order 1 point of view. When JVM moves to the next line, what that means, you are telling to the go to order 2 object. Then again that this keyword is pointed to the order object level, order 2 object level. So the moment again you said order 1 next line, okay, JVM completed this line and JVM moved to the next line. Then what will happen again, this keyword is moved to the order 1 level. So that means that this is the reference being pointed to the current object where JVM is working when you are having more than one object or one object also. So that is how this keyword internally works. I'll show you that whether it is true or not. Whatever the thing I said right now, I'll show you that and I'll prove it right now. So as part of that, yesterday we taken this keyword can be used along with variables, methods, constructors. So how and all we are seeing one by one. First we taken this keyword used for instance variables references. So what and all we taken yesterday here. For example, if you taken one of the real-time scenario, what people will do is when we are defining a parameterized constructors, when you are defining a parameterized constructors, people will always use constructor argument names similar to our instance variables name only, as it is. Not similar, as it is people will take. As a naming convention point of view, people will take. You can give your own names also like this, apart from the instance variable names, but generally people will follow always same instance variable names as part of constructor argument names also. But to differentiate which is a local variable name, which is a instance variable name, that means which is a constructor argument name, which is a instance variable name, we will use this keyword. So this dot order id means this order id variable, whatever the order id variable we are representing with this keyword is nothing but this variable, instance variable, right? So instance variables are part of object. So this is a on object, current class object. So this is nothing but this one. So you are differentiating like that. So now this order id means this one, like that. So that is how people will define instance variables. I mean, we will use this keyword along with the instance variables. Not only constructor level, we can use methods level also. For example, see here, public void print order information. So now observe here, I define one more non-static method. What it is? Non-static method. And the moment non-static method means instance method. Instance is nothing but object. So it's an object oriented method. We are not used any static keyword. So here, see here, sys out. So that means right now I'm using variable along with the methods also. This keyword I'm using. One thing is I used it constructor argument, okay, constructor body level to differentiate constructor argument names and instance variables name. And the next point what I'm doing is same thing I'm using at method body level. So this keyword I'm using as a along with instance variables only. But one example I shown you at constructor level. One example right now I'm showing at method body level. So see here order ID something like that plus generally what we will do we can access our instance variables directly in our class in the current class. Now what order id is the variable I taken and I access it here. Yes, it is a non-static method. It is a non-static variable. So I can access directly without any object help and all. We know all these things. Similarly, I am printing all other details. So username order by and then order amount. So what I did, I just accessed directly variables. Yes, this is a good approach. There is nothing here. It's a good approach. But the point, sometimes what people will do, I'll tell you. If you see here, sys out of order one. Understand very carefully. These are all very technical and I'm going very in depth. Okay, so it requires attention if you want good knowledge. See here. Now what will happen? Execution starts from the main method. Yes. So in the memory, object 1, object 2, both objects will be created. One is like 100, Dilip, and then followed by whatever it is. I mean, let me give you a moment. Okay. So order 1, order 2 object will be created like 100, Dilip, and double line, double line, double line value. And then second one is 200, Suresh, and then double six like that. The content will be created, right? So it's order 1 and it's a order 2. I'm writing shortcuts. Okay. The moment when you are calling, sorry, here I need to make sure calling the method signature. Order 1 dot get, sorry, print order information. Okay. It's a void method. Okay. So fine. And then I'll make order 2 also. Okay, and see here sys out of this, and then what I will do, I'll make very clear picture. Order 1 instance plus order 1. I'm printing hash code value of the order 1 and order 2 objects so that we will understand now how this keyword is really moving from one object to another object or not. Okay, and if you observe here what is going to happen, here it is. Okay, order 1 object, order 2 object, 100, Dilip, and then double line, something like that. Second object is 200, something like Suresh, and then double six is the price and all. Fine. So this is order 1 and this is order 2, right? So based on this line 1 and line 2, this will happen in the JVM memory. Now next line point of view, and this will call internally constructor. That part we discussed yesterday. Now my next point is what I am doing, system.out.println of order one of instance of order one. So what I am saying, print the memory location of order one. So then generally you will see something like order at the rate, some hash code value 1, 2, 3, 4, something ABC like that. Okay. And then that means here order one you are referring. So that means this keyword will be available here right now. Now order one dot print order information. So what you are doing, order one dot print order information. So the moment you mention like order one dot print order information, what will happen? Immediately JVM goes to this method. Why? Because you're calling this method. Okay, fine. That is also fine. Now what I'm doing in this line number 33, printing this. Now where this is available, here it is available. So that means whatever the output you got here, same output again you will get it here. Because why? This reference is available along with our order one only. So again you will get like 4UAB1, whatever it is, whatever the hash code, because this is representing same object. So wherever JVM is currently working on whatever the object, there this will be presented. So that's why you will get again same object. Now order ID, username, order amount means you will see output like 100, like Dilip, and 9999 point of view. Okay, fine. Then this method execution is completed. Again, JVM will come back to the next line. So order 2. So understand now. Now you are saying like order 2. So what will happen? This memory location will be printed now. Order something like at the rate, some XYZ, whatever it is. It's a different memory location, right? Now again what you're saying, order 2 dot print order information. So what will happen? Immediately JVM jumps to again this method only, but this time you given order 2, right? What will happen? JVM will remove this from order 1 and goes to here. So I mean it will internally Java will point at this object to here. So then what will happen? Again you are printing this. So here this time again the memory location value will be printed like this, order at the rate XYZ, like that. So that means if you observe here at one point of time this is printing some other memory location, and second time whenever you are calling with respect to order 2 point of view, some more hash code value it is printing. So that means this is always moving from one object to another object where Java is JVM is currently working. There there only the this is pointed always. There only the this is always pointed. So that's why here whatever order one point of view printed, that this point of view same you will see. Order 2 whatever is printed, again you are calling the same method, same hash code value you will see. It's not like this is always a fixed reference for a one object. Now this is always fluctuating. This is the reference is moving from one object to another object currently where JVM is working. Like that, this keyword is going to helpful for us. Let's see whether it is true or not. Yeah, if you observe here, first order one instance. What is this memory location? This is what important guys. Just I am telling you memory location point of. See if you see here 372 FAD, and the moment it went here, I am using a this keyword. So where this is pointing right now order one object level. So whatever the order one point of view you got the memory location, same again this point of view also you got same location. And then you got order ID, I mean username Dilip 9999. So this is all order one level JVM started working. Now what you said, sorry, I think you here I need to change order two. Okay, only spelling mistake. But I given variable name is correct only. So here order 2 instance point of view, what it is? Order information 1FB something like that. So that means this is a different object, this is a different object. And if you observe here this time, this keyword printed one more, I mean another reference when comparing with the previous. Why? Because this keyword is moved to the right now order 2 level, because JVM working with the order 2 right now. So that's why this also moved to the order 2 level. So that's why the moment you printed this time it printed order 2 reference. And if you observe here all the variables again printed with respect to order 2 bean order to Java object information. So this is how this keyword, this is what I said yesterday. Whenever JVM is moving to the order one, I mean working with order one, this pointed to order one. Now immediately you said go to order two, then the JVM taking this keyword here. If you said again in the next point order three object, then JVM takes this from there to here. So this is all. That's why this in, I mean, in a theory point of view, people will say like this is nothing but representing the current object. But so many people are not able to tell us a real, I mean, a practical example point of view or a flow point of view how this is representing. When I'm asking, people will say this statement. This is always represents the current object. I'm asking like, can you elaborate it how it is pointing to the current object? But people are not able to say this kind of explanation. So that is what. So you have to take this kind of practical example when people are expecting how it is pointing. Okay, that is point number one. And if you see here, this dot I can use. So what is the, this line is nothing but this line only. I mean, it's equal only. So whatever you return above is without this keyword, with this keyword, both are same. So in this case, instance method, it is representing always instance variables only. So you can use this keyword or you may not use this keyword. But you can have a question, sir, why we have to use this keyword in the variable level? So is it mandatory in the sense? Right now, it's an optional point of view. Even though you're not given this, order ID represented this instance variable only. You can use along with the variable name. See, yesterday we used at constructor level. Right now, I'm using at method level. So, but this is always pointed to the non-static variables only. So this order ID, this dot order ID is nothing but current object of order ID. So that means again you will get same object order one, this pointed to order one. So this means at the moment this is located at order one level only. So still that's why what will happen? This means this dot order ID means current object, nothing but order one. Order one dot user ID is nothing but 100. I mean, similarly, this dot username, this dot order amount means you will get the same value. Even though you are not given this, you will get the same data. But at what scenarios this is more important is, assume there is a scenario like this. What is this class? Order information, right? Okay. So assume there is a scenario like this. Order information extended another class, that means inherited, called as something XYZ class. XYZ class. Okay, and then XYZ class, XYZ class having a variable called as order ID. So that means what is the point here? It is both child and parent class are having order ID variable. So that means the overall summary is child and parent class are having order ID variable name. Now in this case, to differentiate the order ID variable, okay, being used as part of the current child class variable level or super class variable level, you will use especially these keywords. When you don't have this kind of common variable name across child and parent point of view, then you can use directly like this. Or it is a individual class point of view. So it's an individual class. There is no inheritance relation with any other. Then there is no point of using this keyword as a shortcut, like you can use directly like that. But some reason, sometimes a class is already extended by other class. But in the other class level, you already have same variable name. You child class also having same variable name. So in such case, to represent current class variable, you will use this. To represent parent class variable, you will use super keyword. This is what we discussed yesterday. So then you will use super keyword like this. Why you are using super? So in this case, you are saying like by using this, take my class of variable only. In this case, you are saying like super means you are saying like go to XYZ class, there one order ID variable is available. Take that value, like that you are using this super. So by right now I cannot use super keyword. Why? Because there is no superclass for this class, right? So that's why. So I cannot use superclass and there is no variable like that. So that's why you are getting the error. But the point what you are trying to say is this variable has to take from the XYZ class in case a child and parent relationship is available. So in such case also, to avoid the confusion which variable you are using from the child class or from the parent class perspective, then also we will use this and super keywords. But at the moment, I said, right, you can use like this, you can use like this, or you can use this keyword also. So that means you can use this one also. So in this case, simply you're saying like this dot. So here I am using this dot variable name, this dot variable name. So this, the moment this I said is all about current class object, current object, where JVM is working always. Again, you will see same output. Nothing will change. I mean, point of view, see here, object 1, order 2 point of view. You use this always. This is moving from one object to another object. Similarly, if you created one more order object, order 3. So if you given again here, order 3 instance and then order 3 and then order 3 dot printout. So then what will happen again in this case? In this case, what will happen is 3 objects will be created. Order 1, order 2, order 3. And then the moment in the next line, what you said, order 3. So this is pointed to here. And then order 3 dot print information. So it will go to the print information method. And there, what you mentioned as this. This means, but by the time this is located in which point of view means 1, 2, 3, order 3 level. So that's why it will always take this means this object. This object level, whatever the user ID value, sorry, order ID value, username value, amount value is available, that value will be printed. So that means what will be printed? If I'm changing it to some other values, like I can change it to 300, something like ABC and some value. So like that. Then the moment what will happen? This values will be printed. Now again what you are saying, you are telling to the JVM, go to the order one. Then again JVM, what internally it will do is this is moved to the now one level. So then based on one, order ID, username, order amount values will be printed. So that this is always shifting from one object to another object where JVM is currently working on the object. So it's not like this can point at a time two objects. This will be pointed to only one object. That too, out of multiple objects if you are having for a class, then currently where JVM is working, there this will be pointed always like that. So that is how this keyword will work here it is. So you can use along with constructor arguments level, along with methods also. But the moment you are using this means it's always current class instance variables or current class variables only, not from the superclass. When you want content from the superclass, in case if your class is having superclass, then you have to use super keyword. Then you have to use super keyword like this. Okay. So this is how you are going to use this keyword to refer the instance variables, whether it is a constructor level, whether it is a method level, wherever you want to access instance variables, you can access directly or you can use this keyword also. It's up to your choice. Okay, that is point number one. And then what we discussed, what is the next is this keyword is used to refer methods also. So what is the next thing is, I'm done with first point. Now second point is, now it's all same story guys. This is representing what? Always a current object. So based on this diagram, okay, so this is the diagram we discussed, right? So I mean, three objects point of view. Now this keyword used to refer methods also. Refers methods means same class methods, current class methods only. This is nothing but current class, simply remember. If you are using this dot variable name, this dot method name, something like that, it is always current class content, current class object only, but not, there is no relation with the superclass. Simply remember like that. So simple. This is nothing but no point of superclass. And superclass, super keyword, if you are using means no point of current class. It's all pointing to the superclass always like that. So you just need to remember as a shortcut point of view or as a catchy point of view, all these things. Okay, so let's see what is the point of referring the methods. I'll take same, but same class I'll take order information, order detail, something like that. Object name, class name I'll change so that I can keep old methods as it is, old classes without disturbing it. You can refer. Okay, let's see here. I'll clean up all this. So these are all we discussed. Let me clean up. Yeah, this is right now we discussed. Even I can use this keyword right now here. Okay, fine. So okay, I'll remove all this. I'll keep three objects as it is. Okay, so see here, I'll define one more method. Public void send deliver the order. So here I'm taking method argument of same class object, order information, something like, sorry, not order information, order details only, current class object only. Order, something like that. And here is sort of delivering order to customer. So which order is order one dot get. Okay, so order ID, username. Okay, so what I'm doing, I just created one more method, one more instance method. So what I'm just doing here it is, I'm calling deliver order method. Deliver order method. So what it is, calling same class method only, and that to instance method only. Okay, from where I'm calling print order information, I'm calling one more method, deliver order method. Both are non-static methods only. So in this case, deliver order method is always required order details object. My idea here it is, I want to pass. So I want to pass current object always. Current object always based on print method. So that means the moment whenever I am calling print order information here below or wherever it is, whatever the object came to the print order information, it may be order 1, order 2, order 3, same object should be carry forwarded to, should be passed to this deliver order method also. So then what I have to do? So for example, assume order 1 came. Then again, the order 1 has to pass to this method. In a method chaining point of view, if I am calling order 1 dot print order information, so this pointed to what? Order 1. The same order 1 again pass it to the same method. What I have to do then? I cannot mention like specifically order 1, order 2, something like that here every time. Dynamically, the order, whatever the order object came here, same thing should be forwarded to this method also. So then what I have to do? So here, if you see here what I'm doing, I'm saying like using this as a method argument name. So that's what I said. This keyword use for referring methods. Okay, this one I will tell you. Even at a time, I am considering this example also. Yeah, these 2 points I will discuss at a time. This one also. So this keyword used as a method argument. So that means what I did here, I used this as a method argument. Yes. So that means what I'm trying to say here it is understand order 2 dot print order information. So what will happen in this case? Just try to understand. The moment you started executing your program based on the main method, total 3 objects will be created 1, 2, 3. Same story again. And in the line number 42, you are using order 2, right? So what JVM will do? JVM will point this keyword always at order 2 level. I mean, at order 2 level at the moment. And you are saying like call the print order information. So what JVM will do? JVM will jump, go to this method, print order information. Okay. And it enter here. And you are saying like print this. That means this is located where in the order 2 level, right? So based on that, what it will do? It will print this memory location. So it will print something like order details at the rate some value like that. Why this is pointed to order 2 level? That's it. Okay. Based on that, this dot order ID means 200 Suresh and then 6666 values will be printed. Okay. This one point of view because this is still pointed here only. And after that, what you're saying in the line number 26, you're calling one more method called as deliver order method. And the deliver order method also belongs to the same class only. Okay, deliver order method also belongs to the same class only. But what you're saying, what you're doing, this you're passing, you're passing you're passing this as a method argument. Nothing but in this case, you're passing order to object. Why order to object? At the moment this is pointed to what? Order to. So that's why automatically what JVM will understand is okay where this located at order 2 level. Okay, let's pass order to object here. So that the moment JVM jumping here now in this variable level what object is available is order 2 is available. So now whenever you are saying like order dot order ID, order dot username, again same information will be printed like 200, Suresh, 6666. How it knows that it has to take order 2 only? Because the JVM still working with order 2 object. That's why this is pointed to here only. Now I assume in the line number 41, you given order 2, order 3 dot print order information, something like that. Print order 3 information. What will happen in that case is, what will happen in this case, in that case also? Print information point of view means this order 3, this is removed from here and it is moved to here. And then this pointed point of view, order 3 memory location will be printed. And then order ID point of view, what is the value? 300. I mean, if you are added one more line like that, I'm telling you, Dilip, 300 ABC 5555 value will be printed. Fine. And when it comes to this time, which object is going to be passed in this case? This means where this located this time order 3 level. So that's why in this case, this order 3 object is pointed to this keyword. So by the time here, this method argument name is pointed to which one is now right now order 3 level. So order 3 level, whatever the content is available means this data is available 300 ABC 5555 like that. So that is how this is always shifting from one object to another object where JVM is working. So you can pass this as a method argument also. So if you see here, whatever the method you are calling print information of order 2, so 200 Suresh 66 is printed, right? And similarly, delivering order to customer, same information, same object you pass it to the deliver method also. So why? How you passed same? Because you given this. That means you are telling to the JVM, hey JVM, at the moment print order information, whatever the object it is using, same object pass to the deliver order also instead of some other method. So instead, I mean, same object, you have to pass deliver order like that. You are giving the this. Then what JVM will understand by seeing this here, it is okay. Order 2 point of view, print order information is working. So this is pointed to order 2 object level. So it will pass internally order 2 object from here. So even if you want, I'm printing same memory location, I mean order here also. So hash code value will be printed. So the moment see here, same hash code value, same hash code value. So similarly, if I'm changing or if I added one more time, order 1. So this time what will happen? Order 1 point of view, print information and deliver method will be printed. See here, order 1, order 1. Order 2, order 2 point of view. So print information method, deliver method. And 100 Dilip 99, 100 Dilip 99. So user ID 200 Suresh, delivery point of view also 200 Suresh. So this is how you can use this keyword as a method arguments also. When you want to pass current class of current object to other method level where it is accepting same data type object, you can use this keyword. Okay, so this is how you can use as a method argument. And one more thing also I'll tell you. So I can use this keyword along as a reference of object also. So what it is? This dot deliver order. So what I'm trying to say in this case is call current class, current object class method, current object class method like that. By using this keyword, what you are trying to say is, so you are using this time as a reference, object name dot method name. Here it is a method argument name. But what you are trying to say, even if you are not using this also, it is calling this method only. Even if you are using this also, it is going to call this method only. But when this will helpful for us again is, assume tomorrow if you are having one more class called as extends some other class xyz, and xyz is also having deliver order method, same method signature, you overridden it. Then if you want to call super class, you will use the super keyword. That means you are telling to the JVM, don't call my deliver method, call my superclass deliver method like that. You will use the super keyword if you want. So see here, I'll just cover at a time. See, same deliver method, I'll overridden in the superclass level. So delivering order to customer from deliver station. Okay, I intentionally changed something new thing here. So see here now. So if see the moment I use a super keyword, what happens this time? Error is gone. Why? Because this time it is having a inheritance relation with other class. Now you will realize what is the difference between this and super. So if I'm removing, I mean I don't have super keyword, understand the point. Now what will happen the moment I'm calling the print order information from here? So it will come here and it will take current class object, nothing but order details object, and it will come. And which deliver method will be called? You are not mentioned anything. By default, it will take always current class level it is available or not. If it is available, it will execute always current class one only. So whether it is right or not, see here. See delivering order to customer. That means current class 1 is executed. Assume this method is not there. Then what will happen? Whenever JVM come here, okay, deliver order method is not located in the current class. Then it will go to the parent class. So this time it will execute from the parent class. So that means you will see this message now. See, right or wrong? So you are seeing this time from the delivery station class. So that means it went to parent class this time. But my some reason point of view, I have overridden this method. Superclass level it is there, and subclass level also I have overridden. So I want to call my superclass method or current class method in this scenario. So if you are using this, JVM will always try to call deliver order method from the current class only. See here, if I am removing here, what compiler is trying to say. So here, same thing. In the inheritance point of view, this is first giving preference to the here, or else it will go to the point superclass level. So if, but the moment if I given super 100%, it will look for only in the superclass, but it will not looking into the current class. So see here, what I will do. I'm keeping my method child as well as parent level, and I'm calling this time super. What will happen this time? The moment when I use super deliver order, this time this method will not be called. Why? You use super. It will go to the super class always. That means delivery station class. So once it is moving to the delivery station class, this method will be executed. So this is how you will use this and super keywords to differentiate whether you are calling current class method, current class or superclass methods, or you are using current class variable or superclass variable, like that. Generally people will use this and super keyword combination. So it will, now by seeing this line, what you have to understand here, it is immediately by seeing super keyword you have to understand, okay, this class is not calling this method, it is calling deliver order method from the super class. What is the super class? This one. So it will go here and it will verify superclass is available. If not available, yesterday I shown you, you will get what? Compile time error. Why? Deliver method is available in your class, but why are you getting compile time error? The reason is you use a super keyword. Why is, what super JVM compiler is saying in this case is Java compiler, hey man, you are saying like call from the super class. The moment I went to super class, there is no method. Then from where, how can I call it? So if you remove deliver order, then compiler will satisfy. Why? Compiler first checking in the current class, this method is available or not. Yes, available. That's why compiler is saying like, okay, it's available in the current class. I'm okay with that. Assume it's not available in the current class also. Then compiler is saying you are trying to call a deliver order method. It's not available in your class as well as it's not available in your parent class also. Then from where I can execute, like that, it is giving the compile time error. Okay, so that is how you will use the super keywords, all these things. So the moment I kept here, now what will happen in this case? The moment I am calling order2 dot print information, order2 come here, order2 data will be printed, and here order2 object will be passed. But this time deliver order method is executed not from the current class. It go to the deliver station class, and from there that method will be executed. From there that method will be executed. So see here whether it is to see from the delivery station, from the delivery station. So this logic is executed this time. Why not this method? Means you use a super keyword. If you given this, I given this now. Now what will happen? This method will be executed. So whether right or wrong, see here. See here, this time your own method is executed. Why you used this? So that is how when you are having same method names in child and parent point of view, to differentiate whether it is a current class method, current class variable, you will use this. If it is a superclass variable and superclass method, some reason you want to call superclass methods, then simply what you will do, you will use super keywords. So this is how you are going to use the this and super keyword combinations. Okay, so that means what we understood right now is this keyword as a method argument. That is also we completed. Now this keyword used for calling constructors as a constructor argument also. Yes, let me take this keyword along with the constructor point of view also. Okay, so see here now what I will do. Even I'll keep this class as it is. I'll take one more class quickly. Product information. I'm taking some variables, product name, product price. Okay, fine. So what I'm doing right now is, okay, so it's all about now usage of this keyword with constructors. So I completed along with variables how you're referring the instance variables from the constructor point of view, from the method point of view I explained, and how you are passing this as a method argument and how you are using this as a reference to call the same class also I explained all that. Now the point here it is passing this keyword as a constructor argument also. Calling constructor as well as constructor arguments also. Let's see both points together again. Guys, it is very until and unless you are not practicing, you will never ever get the knowledge. And this is very tricky until you are doing good practice. So please practice and avoid all this confusion and avoid understand things by practicing only. Okay, so these are all things will not come within one day. I am sure about it. I know that people will feel little bit confusion point of. But the moment you are spending lot of time and you are making lot of experiments, removing this keyword, giving the super keyword, and removing method from the child class and seeing what compile time error you are getting and how it is behaving, if you are making your own notes again, if you are doing such kind of practice, then only you will get the good knowledge. So otherwise you will feel like a lot of confusion. Why you confusion means the reason is you're not going to do good practice. So these things will be understandable by after some kind of practice or some kind of hands-on only, but not within single shot with an explanation or a one time you practiced one small example and you already understood all the things. No, it's not that much possible. These are all very technical, very in detail, very internal, not that much straightforward also. I know, but I'm trying to make my better. I mean, by giving these things and all this kind of shortcut diagrams, all these things. So please make sure utilizing this opportunity and try to practice more and more. So I don't think anywhere else you will find out other than this level. Okay, let's see here. I'll take one more class. So I'll upload all these examples. That's why I'm not disturbing other things. Okay. So in this case, let me define a constructor. Source generate get constructors. So from here, generally Eclipse is helping us to create the constructors. If you see here, I created a constructor and a super is used. I'll tell you that what is that super also. We'll discuss later. Okay, if you observe here, the moment I created constructor from the Eclipse, this is what I told you. Whenever we are creating constructors, generally people will take this dot product ID and followed by the same variable names as a constructor argument names also. Yesterday I written on my own here, right? Now today I taken help of Eclipse. From the Eclipse we can generate the constructors. Instead of we are typing manually, there is an option like source, right click, source, generate constructors using fields. So it will ask how many fields you want. If you want all three, three. Or if you want only one field with product ID, then also see one more constructor is getting created. And the moment it is showing something like super off, I'll explain what is that super off. See here. And this is three parameterizer constructor, one parameterizer constructor. Even I'm creating one more constructor with zero parameters. Okay, if you observe here now, my class is having three constructors, three parameterizer constructor, and this is one parameterizer constructor, and this is zero parameterizer constructor. That will be called as default constructor also. We discussed in the constructor level. These are all details. Okay, this is all constructor topic. Okay, fine. Now my requirement here it is. Okay, let me take main method also. This is zero param constructor. This is one parameterizer constructor. This is three parameterizer constructor. Okay, fine. So product information P1 equal to new product information. So understand things here. Okay. So here, the moment I executed my program from the main method point of view, what will happen? An object is getting created with P1 reference. And here you are calling default constructor. So that means this constructor will be executed now. This constructor will be executed. In this constructor, you are not passing any values. You are not doing any initialization of the instance variables and its values because zero parameterized constructor, default constructor. Yes. Let's see, is it executed or not? Okay. See, it is executed. That is okay. Until this fine. We are know that. Now my point here it is, my requirement is, I want to call. So in this case, my requirement is I would like to call from this constructor one more constructor. So assume the requirement is like this, calling another constructor from current constructor. So what is the point here? It is calling another constructor from the current constructor. So that means in this case, what I am trying to do, the moment this line is executed, based on this JVM comes here and JVM will execute this constructor. But the moment this constructor is executed, what JVM will terminate the process. I mean, JVM is closed. But my point here it is, from this constructor, like however we are calling one method to another method. See, in earlier case, what we did, we are calling this method is calling this method, right? Similarly, can I call one constructor calling another constructor? Executing or calling one constructor from another constructor point of view. Is it possible? Means yes. And how to do that? So let's see here, calling one parameterizer constructor. Calling one parameterizer constructor. So how? Let's see. What is constructor name? Product information. And I am passing a value called as what? Something like some order ID, whatever it is. Product ID. What happened? You are getting some compiled error. I'll do one thing. You are doing initialization also, right? Yeah. Sys out of with value product id colon plus product id. Okay, so whatever the value passed here, that will be printed here. That's the purpose I written. Now in this case, what I'm trying to do, from this constructor I'm calling this constructor. That's why I'm doing all this nonsense. Now see here, what is the error? The method product information is undefined for the product information. So something it is trying to say like, you cannot do that. See, simple guys, I'm not doing anything new here. Okay, so what I'm trying to say in this case is, when this line is executed, we are already saw that constructor is executed successfully. Which constructor? This constructor. That is fine. But my point here it is, I want to call another constructor from this constructor internally. So JVM, based on this, it will come here. But from here again, I need to call one more constructor. Constructor chaining. Is it possible or not? So see here, by default, when you are using in this approach, it is not happening. But if you see here, what happened? The error is gone. The error is gone here. And I'll tell you one more point also here. Why I written first line and all. Some points you have to note down here. Yeah. See here now, what happened? What's happening? Understand now. I'm executing my program again one more time. So total two constructors executed now. How? Generally Java starts execution from the main method, and then you return only one line of main method creating an object, and right hand side new. So that means zero parameterized constructor. You are not passing any values. So that JVM comes here, default constructor level. And here in the body level, the first line what you written, this of 100,000, this of 1000. So that means that this keyword is acting in this case again as a current class constructor with one parameter. So the moment you given this means what it will do, what is the current class? Current means, this means current class object, right? What is the current class product information? So what it will do is, it will go to the same class, it will verify in the same class a constructor available with one parameter or not available. So that's why based on this, what will happen? JVM jump here. JVM jump to this constructor. Why it is jumping? Because you are passing only one value, right? So you're simply, it's like method calling. One method is calling another method. Similarly, when you want to call one constructor from another constructor, you cannot use constructor. I mean, we are not able to use the constructor name directly. We have to use always this keyword. In this case, this is mandatory. When you want to call another constructor from current constructor, you have to use always this constructor. You cannot use the, so if you observe here, if I'm using class name directly as a point of view, it's not allowing. So that means in this case, this keyword is mandatory. Okay, so that means constructor. So I'm from here, JVM entering here, and this constructor is called. But in this constructor, again, you are calling this constructor. So then what will happen? JVM will execute this line. Whatever the value 1000 you passed, that will be comes here, and the 1000 is allocated to the instance variable also. So that means this constructor execution is completed. Then again, JVM comes here and this line will be executed. So that means line number one, line number two, like that output will be printed. See here, this is one parameter constructor, this is zero parameter. So total two constructors are executed, but you called only one constructor, but you created only one object. So such a scenario is when sometimes when your requirement is demanding, you have to define two constructors, but the moment you created single object, total two constructors or three constructors are has to be executed. Then you can do the constructor calling. You can do the constructor calling. Now see here, this dot, I mean this of 1000 I'm calling one more time, or I want to call this three parameterized constructor. Product ID, product name, price, right? So see here, I'll give you some points here. Yeah, if you observe here, there are some points you have to note down here. It is as part of our constructor calling. Sorry. The moment I given this of 1000, I didn't get any compile time error. Okay, assume this constructor is not there. Then also you'll get compile time error, guys. So constructor is presented, but it's all about calling. So you are able to call it successfully. Cool. Now see here, I deleted that and I called another constructor. Now what will happen? Three parameterized constructor you are calling. See, three parameterized constructor is called. So you are, from here, this constructor is called, and from here you are saying like go to this of means you are saying like go to the current class only, but where it is having three parameterized constructor. What JVM will do is okay, I'll go to this constructor like that. This constructor will be called. So this is the call. That is clear. Okay, fine. That is what we are also proved here. It also whether if you are calling, but the point here it is, can I call two constructors at a time from the same constructor? So what I am trying to do, calling one parameterized constructor, calling three parameterized constructor, calling three parameterized constructor. So I'm getting the compile time error. If you observe here what it is, constructor call must be the first statement in a constructor. So that means when you are making one constructor is calling another constructor, okay, constructor, calling constructor should be first line of constructor body. So what is that? Calling constructor should be first line of constructor body. So based on that, so directly, indirectly, what it is trying to say is nothing but what it is trying to say is we can call at a time, we can call at a time only one constructor. We can call only one constructor at a time. So that means whether you can call that one, I mean this one, or you can call this one, but not more than one. Why? Because it is saying error is saying like calling constructor should be first line of constructor body. So based on that, one thing I can say, for example, see here, in this case your program will work as expected. Why? You are calling the constructor only one constructor. Now see here, even there is one more hidden point here. It is if I am moving that line below to some other lines, again compile time error is getting. Why? See, constructor call must be the first statement in a constructor. So that means what is the rule here? It is what Java is saying is this is a rule, guys. The rule is this is what calling constructor should be first line of constructor body. If you are not doing that, otherwise we will get compile time error. Otherwise, we will get compile time error. So that is how Java is designed. So that means what you have to do is you may call three parameterized constructor, single parameterized constructor, but that should be always first line. See here, if I am deleting here and if I am enabling here, yes, this is the first line only, right? Don't consider comments. Okay, so don't say like sir, comments are there. First line, this is second line. No, comments are always ignorable. Only this one. So based on that, this is what first line of the constructor body. First line of constructor body. So that's why, okay. Now if I'm calling one more time, one more constructor, what's happening? Based on this rule is breaking, right? So what it is saying, calling constructor should be first line of constructor body. If I'm calling one more constructor means it becoming as a second line. So as per rule, you have to make everything at first one call, I mean first line itself, but it becoming at second line. So nothing but what it is doing, It's not allowing you to call two constructors from the same constructor. At a time, only one constructor you can call. But if you see here, what one magic I'll do, I mean, what I can do, see, if I'm disabling this again, it became first line. But if you come here, in case your requirement is demanding, here you can do that. It's all called as constructor chaining. Now, what you did, you followed the same rule. What is that rule? Calling constructor should be first line of constructor body. Yes, I made same thing, right? First line of my body. So in this case, what will happen? These are all rules. I don't know how you will remember. You have to remember. There is no choice also. Okay, see here. What will happen? Main method starts execution. You are calling what? Zero parameterized constructor. Then JVM comes to zero parameterized constructor. And based on that, what you did as a first line, what Java you are doing, you are calling another constructor. And how many values? One value, one parameterized constructor. So that based on this, what JVM will do? JVM will come here by taking that 1000 value into product ID level. And then this constructor is trying to execute. But again, in this constructor, what you are doing? You are calling again one more constructor from the first line. So that means JVM comes here. And then 1000 Dilip. I mean, sorry, I taken same thing, right? Okay, leave it. So product price it is double one double one, something like that it will come. And all the values. So this line will be executed. Initialization will happen. Once this constructor is executed, what will happen? You know that, right? JVM execution flow we discussed in the day in the initial days itself. Again, what it will do? Once that means nothing but finally this line execution is completed. So it will come to the next line now. So this line will be printed. So that means first this line will be printed now. Line number one and line number two. And some again, whatever the 1000 value came, you passed, right? That 1000 is initialized here it is. That 1000 is initialized here it is. 1000 is initialized here it is. And then this constructor execution also completed. Then again, what it will do? It will come to this line. So that means now this line will become third. Third line, this output you will see that. So first line you will see three parameter constructor, second line, third line like that. So it's all execution flow. You know that how it will happen. Similar to methods only guys. But only thing is in this case you have to follow few things is see three parameterized constructor, one parameterized constructor, zero parameterized constructor. But as a method from the main method you called only one constructor, but you made constructor chaining. This will be called as constructor chaining. What you did chaining only, right? And as part of that, what is the one rule you have to remember? If you are calling any another constructor, that should be only first line of the constructor body. Otherwise, you will get the compiled error. So like that, you can construct, you can make connectivity between one constructor to another constructor. At a time, one constructor make relationship, I mean, making chaining to another constructor, only one at a time, but not more than that. So from this constructor, can I call two constructors? Means no, only one at a time you can do that. Similarly, the rule applicable for every constructor. Here also see, I am making only one constructor call, but not more than one. I cannot call two constructors at a time from the one constructor. Only one constructor I can call at a time. That too, calling constructor should be first line of the constructor body. So in this case, what? Yes, you are calling only one constructor. That too, what is the rule I said? It should be first line of the body. Otherwise, you'll get the compiled error. See, if I made it as second line, third line, I'm getting the compiled error. But if you made it as a first line, again the error is gone. So only one constructor and it should be first. As part of constructor chain, what only one constructor should be changed at a time from one to another should be called, and that should be first line. And calling should happen, and calling should happen from first line. From the first line. So this is how you can use this as a constructor calls also. As a constructor call also. Assume tomorrow I'm passing value something here. So this in this case, which constructor will be called, man? This time this constructor will be called. Why? You are passing one value, right? So directly this constructor will be called. And from the constructor, you are calling another constructor. So that means nothing but this one. So that means total two constructors will be executed now. In earlier three. Right now two. Because you made chain between two only. Assume I want to call default constructor from here. If it is having three values, you pass it three values, right? If I want to call this constructor, then what you will do? Remove all these things. So empty parentheses. That is what you have to do that. But there is a problem is it's all becoming a loop point of view. So that's why it is saying. But I can do one thing. The error is gone. So that means in earlier case it is following something like dead loop. So it's all infinite loop point of it is following. So now see that it's just when you want to call a default constructor like empty parameter constructor, right? So you can use empty parentheses like that. Okay, so this is all about passing, I mean using this keyword as a constructor, chaining point of view or execution of constructor point of view. So this is how you can do that. And second, last one is this keyword used as a constructor argument also. Yes. So this is also last one we will discuss. And with this, we are done with this keyword. Let's take a small example in this case. Okay. See here, I'm taking one more class, product 2, something like that. Okay. What I'm doing here it is product 2 constructor only, product information info equal to new product information. See, I'm calling another class. I created another class point of view. What is my point here? It is assume in this class I'm creating one more constructor, public, or else I can do one thing. I don't want to touch this. I'll leave this as it is for you. I'll take one more class product 1 and product 2 like that. Okay, so let's see the difference between product 1 and product 2 point of view. So this is product 1. So product one as a constructor argument. Fine. This is product two constructor. So what I made here, it is product one is an individual point of view, and I'm okay with that. And product two point of view, it is taking one constructor argument. So see here, what I'm doing in this case is I'm creating object for the product two. P2 equal to new. Okay, I passed here, and let me print what information came here. Is sort of product one, and where I'll do is I'll create main method here. I'll explain once I'm writing. Product one P1 equal to new. It's a very high level example, I know that. Okay, if you observe here what happened. Product one, product two, product one. Uh, yeah. So main method point of view first understand, then it will become very easy. Yeah. So just understand in a way like this. Okay. So first main method perspective understand. So what main method will, I mean, execution starts from here. And the moment what you're doing, you're creating the product one object. So default constructor, right? And that means immediately JVM jump to product one constructor. Okay, fine. This is product one. That's why this is printed. Cool. And then next line, what you're doing, you're creating constructor of product two. Understand the point, guys. Product two. That means in the product one constructor level, you're calling or you're creating object of product two. Product two class. So that means what is this class? Product two. And you're passing what? This. This means what? Current class object. So whatever the object being created, right? That object being passed here it is. So that means immediately what JVM is doing, JVM jumping to the product two class constructor, constructor. And it is taking this, you passed as a constructor argument. What is this? This is nothing but product one bean object. Sorry, product one object, product one Java object. That is being passed as a here. Yes, that's what, right? The data type is also product one. So that's why this is product two constructor. This line is executed, and product one level what you got 2F9 2E0F4, right? So that is what printed here, hash code value. So now once that line is finished, you printed P2. That means whatever the object got created once this constructor is executed, right? P2. That P2 I printed. So that's why product 2 and hash code value is 28 something like that. It is a product one where when I printed here, whatever being passed here it is. But your whole concentration should be here right now. This one. I passed what as this as a constructor argument. So what is the point of this? This is nothing but current class object, product one. So that means product one object passing here. And yes, it is also taking product one object only, right? So same data type. So that is what passing this as a constructor argument. This means you are telling like same class object. See here, the object production one point of view, whatever object it is got created. Okay, ultimately by the time P1 is created, right? So whenever this object got created based on the new operator, same object, current object, right? JVM is pointing to, so it's a JVM memory. So I'll just elaborate and I'll close this discussion. See, main method, new product one. So what will happen immediately? A product one object will be created and P1. And right now JVM working with this object only. That's why this is represented here, this keyword. And then what you are doing, the moment it is created constructor also internally, it came here. This line is printed and you are calling another class constructor and passing this. This means what you are passing P1 object. You are passing P1 object. So the moment when you are doing this, what is doing? JVM jumping to this class constructor. And this time, in place of this, what you passed? P1 reference. Yes, here P1 came. So that's why it is printed this line, and whatever the reference you printed here, what is that reference is? This P1 reference only. This memory location only. So that's why you are able to see same hash code value here and here. So this is all P1 is passed. P1 is passed. And after that P2 is created and then you are printed P2. So that means P2 object. That's all. So that's why once that is completed, again it came here and you are saying like very clearly print the P1. So P1 point of view, whatever the value being printed, whatever the hash code value available, that is what printed here it is. But what is being printed in the first line also from here is same P1. So simply current object you are passing to the another class as a constructor argument level. As a constructor argument level. So that is what happened here it is. So that means what you understood from today's discussion overall here it is, you will use this keyword based on the, depends on the scenarios, depends on the situations. When you are having a individual class, when you are having a inherited relationship classes, you have to use this keyword, depends on your comfort zone or depends on the requirement demanding or that logic is demanding, requirement and logic is demanding. You can use this along with variables level, methods argument level, method references level, that means sorry, calling methods point of view also you can use this keyword. And you can use this keyword as a constructor argument and as a constructor executor also to call the current same class constructors. You will use this keyword. So this keyword is working in different approaches in different scenarios. But this is always represents the content of same class, but not any other class. So opposite to that, super. Super is nothing but from the child class, you are always calling super class content. That is where you will use the super keyword. Okay. So with this, we are done completely with this keyword, guys. Only thing is super keyword is pending. I mean, super also we are done mostly. So we can wrap up a super keyword within 10-15 minutes tomorrow. I'll do one thing because you are now, if you are good with this keyword, super is very simple because super is what? It's always from the child class perspective calling the super class content. So tomorrow what I will understand, what I will take an example is the requirements are like this. Then tomorrow I will complete the super keyword in another 10-15 minutes. Then we will move to the next topic. Okay. So for example, as of now, what we did calling same class constructors. This is what we did right now, right? By using this keyword, what we did, we called our same class constructors. So we called same class constructors, this of, this of, this of. Similarly, can we call super class constructor from child class or not? Child class is possible or not? Possible or not? Yes. Yes. Simply we'll use super keyword. So I'll take that. So that means super keyword you are using it. You, to call the constructors also we will use super keyword. We will take all these scenarios. Similarly, can we call, so that means super keyword also you can call along with variables, methods, constructors. Same, similar to this only. But super is always pointed to super class level, not in the current class. If you remember this thing, always it will be very easy. This is always around within the same class content point of view. This is represents. Super is representing from here. It's always super class point of view. So we will see that examples. Super class super keyword examples we will see tomorrow. Then we are done with this and super keyword. It's a very tricky concept, and it is very even a lot of experienced people also used to get confused with this two keywords, where to use, what to use, and they so many people don't know. Okay, these rules also like calling one constructor at a time, and that should be first line of the constructor body, something like that. So these are all rules you have to remember, guys. These are all interview questions only. Simply, they will give the small example to you. A, 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 integer A, SOP of A, and they will do this. They'll ask you, what is the output? And they'll give one more line like A equal to new A of 100. So answer, what is your answer? So option A, 100 will be printed. Option B, something like that. They will ask. So some more statements they will give like SOP, zero parameterized constructor, something like zero param, and then option C, compile time error, option D, or like that. They will ask one sometimes, or they will give this one and they will ask this code is going to work or not. In a point of view, simply we will ask like this code is going to work or not. If you feel like okay, if you forgot a point like it should be first line of the constructor body, if you forgot that point, then your answer will become wrong. So that means there are two things involved here. What it is? One is calling same class constructor. At a time you can call only one constructor. That is okay. That point of it is good. But the second point is what? Calling same class constructor or super class constructor, whatever it is, calling another constructor from the constructor should be first line of the constructor body. So that means in such case you will get compile time error. So that means this program first of all not compiled. The reason is calling another constructor should be first line of the constructor body. So such a way, if you are shifting this from here to here, then your program will work. So you're calling empty constructor from here, so it will be called. And if you call only one constructor, that's fine. So this is how people will test your knowledge. This is where people are getting success. Whoever understood all these things, whoever is practiced all these things, and who became experts all these things with respect to all these internal details, hidden details, they are getting jobs very easily. So that is where your expertise of Java learning will come out. It's not like simply, sir, I know variables, I know methods, and I completed my Java language. I'm not getting this job. No, you will never get. Until and unless you are knowing all these hidden details, all these technical details, all these very practical level details, you should know. Then panel will understand like, okay, this guy is having a lot of hidden knowledge of Java language. So he knows very well things very clearly like that. Then we will prefer you to give a job. It's not like simply asking what is a class, what is an object, what is a variable. Okay, you got selected. It's not happening nowadays. They will ask all these tricky questions like that. So for that, see, it's look very simple, but one small thing is spoil your entire interview mood. That means if you don't know that point, this line should be the first line of the body, constructor body, you will get the compile time error. So then your answer will become wrong. Okay. So anyway, let's see on tomorrow. Super keyword I will continue, but we are done enough explanation with respect to this. Just opposite to that, calling super class content is all about we will use super keyword in the same scenarios point of view. I'll take a quick example tomorrow and then we'll move to the next topic. So whatever the next topic is polymorphism, we'll conclude the polymorphism tomorrow. I'll conclude polymorphism. We are already done with the polymorphism. Okay, method overloading and overriding. But only thing is one or two small points are there. By giving that 2 points, again we will conclude the polymorphism principle. Then we will move to the encapsulation. Okay, so your object oriented programming principles are completed. Okay, so thanks. Let's connect on tomorrow and we will see super keyword, one or two examples about super, and then we'll conclude the polymorphism concept. Yeah, thank you.